Hello everyone, hope all are doing well. Welcome to our channel Dr.VKR all about civil engineering. We are going to start a new series with this video, very important one for everyone as a civil engineer, either as a student, as a faculty, as a field practitioner or as a researcher. For everyone we will use this topic. So let us discuss these details in detail, and we are going to have the series of lectures in this one. So let us start with the first lecture today. Before going to the actual topic, I request everyone to like, share and subscribe our channel Dr.VKR all about civil engineering. Now, before going to the actual topic, let me give an example so that you can understand what we are going to discuss about. That's very important to understand that one. Now, if I want to start a construction or if I want to construct a building, let us take the two similar sites having the same soil properties, everything is same, and the structure is going to be same, number of floors, everything, loads coming on to that one, everything is same. Now, I have given this task to two different engineers. Engineer 1 has calculated everything properly, considered the safe loads and gone through the everything, and he has taken the good quality materials. Everything he has taken care. The second one has not taken care of that one. So he reduced the loads coming onto the structure, used the low quality materials, not analyzed the properties of the materials, everything. Now, out of these two, which is going to be useful for us to have the longer service life, where we can stay happily without any problem of safety and stability? Obviously the first one, because he has taken care of everything, whereas the second one has not taken care of anything. Now, if you observe these two, both are engineers and they followed their own rules. In civil engineering, is it possible to have the own rules for every person individually? Obviously, no. So what we need to have then? A set of rules common to everyone. It may be of design, testing, material characterization, anything. So for that we are having the Indian Standard Codes. Yes, the today's topic is Indian Standard Codes. In the first lecture we are going to discuss about why we require this Indian Standard Codes. So in addition to Indian Standard Codes, what are the codes we can use for our Indian conditions? Everything we are going to discuss, but let us start with the introduction, that is need and importance of the codes for civil engineering. It's very important topic. Yes or no? Now, let us understand these things first. What are the various structures we construct for as a civil engineer? Buildings, bridges, dams, hospitals, skyscrapers, any structure, nuclear power plant, everything, railway bridges, everything we are going to construct now. All these are constructed by civil engineering, ensuring only one parameter, that is public safety. Because if you take the other things like mobile manufacturing, if a mobile fails means okay, not much damage. If a movie flops or fails, it's not going to cause loss of lives like that up to the most of the times. But now coming to the civil engineer, if a structure fails, what about the residents' condition in that one? So we are going to have the loss of life, loss of money. So many problems are going to be there, and sometimes it may be becoming a national issue also. For example, if a dam or major bridges fail or collapse, then it's going to be national concern. So we need to take care. How we can avoid these failures is mainly to ensuring and following the proper guidelines or set of the standards given by some competent authority. So those things we are calling as the standards or codes. It's very important for us. So let us understand these things. First of all, we need to understand that we are constructing the structures for the safety. Yes or no? Yes. Now, so what are the standards and codes? I am using two different terminologies. One is standard, another one is code. What is the difference between the standard and code? We need to understand these two clearly. What are the differences? So first one is a set of technical guidelines is known as the standard. We are going to have a set of technical guidelines and it is going to be accepted by entire nation. So it is going to be accepted by total country. Now, who participates in obtaining this one? Is it a single organization, single person? No. Collective effect of practicing engineers, researchers, academicians, and all the stakeholders. We are going to have the number of people involved in this, and because of their collective effort we are going to obtain a standard. This is the standard. Coming to the code, code is also a type of standard. Please observe, standard and code is a type of standard, but here in code we are ensuring few parameters. That is, we are going to have the rules for design. We are going to give some guidelines to the design. We must follow that. We should not avoid the things here, which is mandate. And we are going to fix as the minimum safety criteria. So always we are going to give some minimum safety limit so that our structure is going to be in the serviceable condition. That is also ensured by code. And next one is, we are going to ensure the quality of the construction also. So it gives guidelines regarding the quality of the construction and the material uses, material characterization, everything we are going to obtain from the codes. So it is very, very important. We are going to have the understanding this codes. So in India, these codes are known as IS codes, mostly given by the BIS, Bureau of Indian Standard, and we are having another set of codes also, IRC, Indian Road related. So for the payments and all these things, we are having the separate system. So by clubbing these two, we are going to construct all the civil engineering structures. So who issues these codes and what are they? If you understand this one, then it is easy for us to work on various components of the structure also. Now, as I mentioned, we are having the two things, Bureau of Indian Standards, Indian Road Congress. So these are the two organizations issuing or developing and giving the standards and codes to the civil engineering. If we club these two, then we are going to have the total set of the codes available for the civil engineering. Now, what are the things covered under BIS and IRC separately? BIS covers buildings, concrete and steel, cement, all these materials, foundations and earthquake designing, testing methods, ductility, all these things are going to be covered by the BIS. Whereas IRC, Indian Roads Congress, name itself mentioning that it is related to the road network. So they are going to give it for the roads, highways, pavement, traffic safety, road geometry, all these things they are going to take care. So in addition to these things, bridges and culverts, when we are having the construction of the bridges and culverts, these two joining hands together and giving the proper set of the guidelines for us. So like this, we need to have the proper set of the guidelines from these two organizations. If you see the examples like IS 456 related to the concrete structures design, and IS 800 for the steel structures design, IS 1893 for the earthquake resisting design. So like this, we are having the set of the IS codes. Similarly for the pavements also, we are having the flexible design, rigid pavements. Like this, we are having some set of the IRC codes also. Now you may ask, is our judgment not enough? Because engineers means we have completed a degree and we know something about the construction. So is our judgment not enough? Yes or no? Is it required? Code really? Yes, obviously. Because if we give the engineering judgment to highest priority, then whatever I assume or I judge for a given condition may not be the same as the other person. So it varies from person to person, and again experience also matters here. So the person having the 15 years of experience will think in one way, the person with 2 or 3 years experience will think in another way. So we need to understand these gaps also. Each person perception is going to varying based on his experience and other conditions. So we can't simply rely on the engineering judgments. And the major problem here is for the civil engineering, when compared to the other branches, there is going to be lot of uncertainty. Soil, we are having one of the most uncertain material and complex behavior, and you are going to have the various materials like cement, aggregate, sand, concrete, bricks, tiles, all these things are there. So again, from location to location, this material characteristics also vary. So because of highly variable and uncertain material, judgment is not enough. As a engineer, our judgment can't give the complete understanding, and we can't rely on this one. Because of this one, we can't rely on the engineering judgments. Compulsory, we need to have the Indian Standard course or the IRC course. Our first priority is always safety of the public. We need to keep that in mind. Then only we can have the safer structures. Now, what is the scope of this course? Where do we apply these course? Just understand. If I want to start a construction of any building or any structure, then first thing we need to understand its soil behavior, ground behavior. From that point to once its service life completed, then we need to demolish. For that also courses are there. So from before starting the construction to at the end of the service life also, we have this set of courses. Courses are required everywhere during every phase of the construction. Then where we can apply this course, as we discussed previously, for every civil engineering structure in general sense, like bridges, buildings, roads, airports, metro projects, nuclear power plant, any structure require some standard. So this is where the scope will come here for the IS code. Now, if you observe the course, periodically we are having the upgradation or updates in the course. Does it really require? Yes. The reason is things are changing continuously. New research is going on, new materials are coming on, then we need to upgrade ourselves in the construction methods and other material involvement. Then each time we need to have some separate standard for those materials. In that way we need to have the upgradation in the course. Just let us take one example. So whatever the vehicles we are having previously, maybe some 40 years back, so the weight of the vehicle is less and the traffic intensity is less during those periods. Now you take today's scenario, it is completely changing. Heavier vehicles are there, more traffic is coming onto the pavement, and you are going to have the frequent failures. Now in these circumstances, can we use the previous or the older version of the course? No, obviously we can't. We need to adapt to the latest situation and the conditions. Then we need to update or upgrade our course. This is one of the example to highlight the importance of the upgradation of the IS course. Now, just understand the importance in the legal terms. It's very, very important, because as a contractor, we constructed something and somehow it failed after construction. So immediately they will call the contractor and they will ask for the explanation. Now, here, if we follow the codes properly, it protects us. So that means legally valid document. Codes will ask this legal documentation, that is, codes are legally valid. And whatever the reports we are giving for the material testing, design and other thing, we use it to mention the codes which we follow for various materials. So in that way also we are going to be safe. So in general, these codes will save not only the engineer but also public. So it saves both public and the engineer. It is always like a protection shield for the engineers. If we didn't follow the course, then it's going to be the negligence of the engineer and we can attract the punishment also. So to conclude precisely this session, then courses are very, very important. Courses are not for the restriction. Please remember, they are not the restricted ones. So it is going to offer the safety shields for us. It is our responsibility to implement the course. Before implementing, we need to understand the IS course clearly, its clauses, what are the concepts behind that one, what is the science behind that one. It is our responsibility as an engineer to understand each and everything clearly. And here, just remember, even though they are written in the books, but anyhow we are going to get it from the experience. It really matters. Rather than relying on the books, just we need to focus on the experience also. The real experience will matter to us, and this knowledge in the field experience combining with the standard code will give the more opportunities and more safer structures to us. It's very important. So in the coming videos, we are going to discuss various domains of the civil engineering where we are going to have the uses of these standards. So in the next video, we are coming with the geotechnical engineering domain. What are the various codes we are using? So what are its applications, its evaluation, and everything we are going to discuss. So like this, we are having the series of lectures on the Indian standard codes and IRC codes also. So this is for today. Hope this content gives some insights to you on the importance and scope of the IS codes. I request everyone to like, share and subscribe our channel, Dr. VKR, all about civil engineering. See you guys. We'll meet with next video soon. Thank you all.